What's up guys, this is Sean and welcome to another episode of the eherng podcast, and today we will talk about property insurance. And this is one of those things, right, that is also included part of the hidden costs when we buy a property. So a lot of people will think that, the only insurance that I will need to buy will be the MLTA and the MRTA. Not really. There's one more thing which is called fire insurance, but now because insurance generally evolves across time and now it's rebranded in a certain way. So first of all, what's fire insurance? Basically, it's an insurance to protect your home and the belongings inside the property just in case emergencies such as fire, lighting, flood, and etc. that will damage your property. You are protected. However, this only applies to individual title properties. For example, the Nasi Lemak properties that all Malaysians love, right? The terrace houses that is individual title. Those are only protected because this protection falls under the responsibility of the JMB if you are buying a strata titled property. As the industry evolves, although it's called fire insurance back then, right? Now it even covers flood, landslide, robbery-related damages, water pipe burst, gas explosion, and etc. All those can also be covered today. So basically for this home insurance provided by Tune Protect, it's divided into three parts. The first part would be the building, where it's basically to cover the physical stuff of your house. For example, if flood, you can replace the gate, the wall. If fire, you can replace the roof. Physical stuff. The second part would be the content, which is the belongings inside the house. Then the third part, which is the interesting part, in my opinion, would be the top-ups. And as we mentioned, insurance also evolve across time and the needs of owners, right? Not a lot of people, including us, are into property investment. Hence, there are even landlord packs that protects you against loss of rental. Let's say your tenant run away, right? Before the tenancy agreement dues, you are actually protected. Not only that, your property can also be protected against malicious damage. Where let's say you do up nice already, right? Your property, you rent out and they damage the place, you can be protected as well. On top of all that, theft is also included. But what I was really surprised with, right, with this insurance is now there's this thing called mortgage loan installment protection. Which means, let's say the house that you buy, which is like 800,000, then caught fire, you will lose place to stay. You need to think of like how to rebuild it. There's a lot of things that is inside the house that is very valuable. I need to replace them. But when they went in one step further, which is to protect you from the monthly installments. Let's say if the incident unfortunately happened, right? Do banks really care? Not really lah. So the monthly installment will still continue. The interest still continues because the loan has been dispersed, right? This protection pack then covers your monthly installment when your house is deemed inhabitable, which means that it's not in the right state for you to live. And this also kind of relates to the debate where a lot of people like landed properties, they like the individual terrace houses, right? I will never see them as asset because it really comes with a lot of maintenance. For example, your roof leaking, your water pipe leaking, which is the common problems for landed. Termites also Then they have this home care pack which will cover all these damages, which includes the repair fee, the domestic cleaning fee. Also, if your roof leaking, right, the water bill, they also cover, really one step ahead. So generally, if you sign a home loan or mortgage loan, right, from maybe Bank Harimau or Bank Sotong, usually they come with their own insurance pack, and it's almost by default. But there are actually ways to opt out of it. So just in case you want to know more on how you want to get yourself protected, first you need to log into the website, tuneprotect.com. Then you can choose the type of protection that you want. You need to specify your building type, your building information, what kind of materials, whether is it still under mortgage or is it fully paid up, because all those things determines the cost on rebuilding the home in case it's not there anymore. Then you can put a sum that you want to cover. For example, the property price may cost 2 million, for example. Don't know why your terrace house is 2 million, but the cost of rebuilding the same terrace house is not 2 million because the protection is to rebuild the house, which is the material cost, the contractor's cost, the consultant's cost, and etc. So to help you with that calculation, the calculator, the building calculator is also provided in that website itself. So you can roughly calculate like how much does it cost to rebuild my terrace house. Then after that, you will need to answer a few underwriting questions. It's around 3, I think. And the best thing is those are the basic one, right? If you want to top up more, for example, your unit is rented out for investment purposes, you have tenants and you're worried your house is not protected against them, then you can top up in accordance to what you need. And after all that, then you can check out lor. And I guess the main point, right? The main point for this, and let's do it the way that we usually do, the three things that I really like, right? Number one, finally, there's a cheaper alternative in the market compared to the usual insurance that is actually packed together with our mortgage loan. And we are not as educated in this sense where we didn't know we had a choice. So now when there's something that is cheaper, and it can be done online, instead of an agent come to your house, hey, you need to declare this, you need to declare that, it becomes very troublesome. And we all, investors and owners, the last thing we want is mafan, troublesome processes. So we just chin-chai all the time. But now I'm just very happy to see there's a cheaper alternative, and they declare there is up to 40% savings. And they're also up for challenge. And if you can find something that is cheaper than what they are providing, right, they will match your price. That is how confident they are. So I kind of resonate with that. The second thing now, as everything is under lockdown, so everything needs to be online, and the last thing I want is somebody coming to my house, ask this, ask that, right? So the process is all done online, and it's very convenient. The best thing is I don't have to declare my content. I don't have to tell you what I have in my house. I just tell you the sum I want to insure. That's about it. And the last thing I like, it's flexible. So on top of the basic needs, which is the building and the content, right, I can top up in accordance to what I feel like. Maybe I want a landlord pack, maybe I want a separate pack or whatsoever. There's always different things that you can add on in accordance to your need. And then the three things that I don't really like is that in this current moment, right, not many of us are living in the individual titled terrace house anymore. Right, because it's expensive lah. But I felt that generally this episode is meant for my parents. Like they need to see this, then they will need to cover their house, because who's gonna cover for all the leakages lah, the termite attacks lah? If they didn't purchase such insurance, right, guess who will be paying? Also, the coverage includes emergencies that are more relevant to that building type, which is landed individual title. So like thefts, right, water leakages, roof pipe bursts on things like that, right? Generally, these are pretty hard to happen in a condo setting, but for landed, it's more common. And that's why a lot of people don't see this part of the trouble that comes with landed house ownership. And the second thing is that I think we often don't see this part of the cost because generally Malaysians don't really care about insurance. Generally, until it happens. And it's also a culture of us, like we want things fast, we want things straightforward. Anything like you pack together with a loan, anything, right? But now to protect, for example, 800,000 property, an individual titled terrace house, it's going to be around 8 to 900 with a certain amount of content insured. For example, maybe 200,000. With Home Care by Tune Protect now, it's going to be around 400 to 500 around there, where there's going to be a saving of 3 to 400 ringgit a year. So to a lot of people, that might be a lot, but to a certain amount of people, that's less than my electrical bill. And a lot of people don't even know their house got fire insurance or not. But generally, they will be, just that because the amount is just negligible to them. And the last part, which is correlated to this, is let's say now today, I want this cheaper alternative. I want to opt out from the conventional packages offered by banks, right? I get 300 to 400 savings a year. There are a lot of steps to go through. Then I need to explain to the bank, why you want to opt out, Sean, why? For an amount that it's not big. So to me, if I have the time or the manpower to help me do this, of course, I will go do it, can save money, why not, right? But I'm just not a big fan of a lot of processes. So this online portion of things really help. I really like this segment of this product, just that to switch over to opt out, right? A bit like our service provider for our phones lah. So I want to opt out from this company. I need to go there, declare something, clear everything before I can opt out. Back then, and now it's also very easy. And I think that would be the future, to opt out from different companies for insurance, right? It's going to be very, very easy now. And I think this is just something very, very interesting, because I was approached by one of the audience, which is one of the person that works in the company. That's why I'm very happy to do this. But it's just me. You guys should really check it out, because there are a lot of exciting promotions. The lowest price guarantee campaign. If you choose to insure the building and the content together, you get additional coverage for don't know how much more. And then you top up someone, you get big specific reward points and etc. All those promotions will be available in the website. And I think that's all for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. This is truly something that is not spoken enough in the channel, because insurance always seems to be the last thing when we do property investment and we talk about property ownership, right? That is usually the case, and I'm glad that I made this episode, because if you look online as well, not many people talk about it. Cool. And with that, thank you very much for watching, and see you guys on the next one. Go check out their website for more info lah. Okay, bye.